Hello, I'm Steve Bradshaw. If you've not met me before, I've been 30 plus years as a medium. I've been on a soul searching mission for the last 10 years. I've created meditations, workshops on mediumship, on enlightenment, on everything. And basically I'm here today to share my spiritual journey. So today's subject that we're going to talk about is staying in the flow. Staying in that connection. This is the illusion that sometimes when you're awakened, you suddenly see this whole different world and connections and this love and this utopia feeling and it's just magical, and you start to create magic moments, and you know it's lovely. You suddenly see the world differently. You see people differently. You see what they bring to your life, what they don't bring to your life. And so what I want to really talk to you about today is this misconception of staying in the flow. Now, if you believe in there's an energy that's part of everything, then inside you and everybody is this energy. And in a human form, we're always more using our senses and looking, and even though people are being suppressed at the moment, but it's more about our actual what we see. And this is where we miss the connection from within. And so to try and sort of like, if you imagine that your energy, there's an energy in everything, even objects, even nature, there's this pure energy or this neutral energy that's in everything, and you are connected. And it's the only time that you don't feel connected is if you do stuff that is your part of your lessons or part of your way of life that is just really making you feel separate. You know, your body's always searching for unconditional love to heal itself. Your mind is trying to take you away from the blocks and the energies and the thoughts and the sabotaging and the worries and fears. There are just 90% of your thoughts are illusions. So you get caught up in this illusional world. And then all of a sudden you're awakened at what really matters. Being who you are. Sharing with others. Finding that connection within. You know, these are the bits that then lead to happiness and leads to joy in life. You know, so you go from basically the wanting and needing to be all these things and to have this life and to stay connected. And suddenly you realise that you already are connected. You already are part of everything, and you're just not taking that time out to be part of everything. And so the soul will guide you and show you odd things and odd moments and odd things to sort of like reconnect you back to that path of yours and that spiritual path of yours that you've decided to choose. You know, even from the traumas of the past life and childhood or whatever, these give you the mannerisms and give you the part to play. And you know, one of mine is that I didn't believe I was good enough, even though I'd achieved so many magical things in my life, but I still had that inner. And that's when I get more of a sort of like a feeling of when I've helped somebody to realise their potential or realise who they are, I get a good feeling. Why? Because it's helping me to understand my journey and my path, and to understand that I have this insecurity that when it's triggered sends me on a blaming mission and a worry mission and brings to the surface because I don't really need it anymore. But it did able to play my part. So bringing peace to people's lives I love to do. Igniting people to the connection I love to do. And these are what I'm trying to focus on now in doing this the YouTube stuff, is to just, if I could just ignite one person to find themselves, find who they are. Because when you're being who you are, which is your part to play, then all of a sudden you feel connected. And then suddenly you feel the joy of being connected, and then suddenly you feel everything else that goes with it. And that is sort of like the key to it all. Because when you understand that you're part of everything, then all of a sudden you don't have to be anything. You know, like the human experience is your wants and needs is what your brain's giving out that you're suppressing, or you believe will make you complete or make you, you know, connected once again. But you already are connected. you're just spending more time in the not being connected through your thoughts and ideas, then, you know, you're too busy hung up into trying to make your life better when it could be already better if you just tapped into being grateful and humble and all the things that already makes you connected. You know, when you meet somebody, you have first impressions. I try and meet people on the soul-to-soul level, because then they, in the soul-to-soul level, they just want to share in an experience, which is what it's all about, really. Even your lessons, and that's why everything is relative, because every single bit makes it into like a plant blossoming. You know, it all is needed, the good parts, the bad parts, everything, for that magic moment of when you blossom and you get it and you're connected, and you can get this connection more. But, you know, if you need to be sad for a day, you need to be sad for a day. You know, if you can find out what it is that really is the deep rooted stuff of the sadness, then it goes away. You free it. You know, you become the solution, and that's really the key to it. You know, your want and need is that, you know, you want something out of life, not realizing that you already have it. You're just vibrating not to have it. You know, it's the opposite effect. Then once you do more of what it is, all of a sudden you're aligning with that energy, which is a state of being, and then you get in the joy of being aligned with your mind, body and soul, and then you go into the automatic flow. You become the solution. So, you know, you want to be happy, you go to the state of being happy, and then your happiness, you're the end result. And then all of a sudden you've gone past the stage of wanting and needing, because you're in the automatic flow of it happening. There's no resistance and blocks that you've created. There's nothing stopping you from having that. And that is like the way it sort of works. So to stay connected, which I spent years trying to do, I was actually taking myself further away from being connected. I was feeding the energy that I wasn't connected. So I had, my base was I didn't feel connected. So what did the universe show me? The universe shows me good and bad. You know, it doesn't determine, oh, you know, we'll only do good things today, because no, it doesn't. There's basically the bad things. Just if you don't have pain, or you don't have suffering, or you don't sacrifice, or you don't this, that, and the other, it forces you to make a new decision, or to awaken that there might be an alternative. And that's why we do. And the pain can only exist if we've held on to it, or there's abundance of negativity, or there's too much, and then it sends us into like anxiety, panic attacks, and these are extreme cases, obviously. Do you know what I mean? So, but that's where it all comes from. It's because you have a belief that is of lack. You're giving out, you know, even the thought, you know, I have no money. What's the world going to show you? Going to show you that you have money, or is it going to show you that you haven't got money? Think about it. You're going to see all the people that haven't got money, or the bills and all the dirt starts coming out of nowhere. You probably wouldn't have noticed them if it wasn't that you brought it into your focus, or you actually started to think, you know, oh, I haven't got money, so what am I going to do to make money? Whereas it's the opposite way. You've got to see that you've got to be that state of being. So you have to be the energy of money, and what you can do with it, and where it can go, and the benefits, and, you know, the joy of having money, and this, that, and the other, and how you share it with other people, and then it seems to come back twice as much, because there's no resistance to having it. You see more opportunities and more ways, and you get into doing things that makes it automatic that you have the money and one thing or another, you know. And so that is sort of like, so this trying to be connected, you are connected, but if you try to resist having those sad moments, or you don't deal with those sad moments, or you don't even just imagine putting it in a box and just tell your brain that you deal with it, then basically you're going to keep producing it. You're going to keep sort of like making it come forward all the time, and then the things are going to annoy you, because they're there to annoy you, to get you back on track, to get you looking to realizing that you're just separated in your mind and your thoughts. You're not actually have separated, because in everybody is this energy. And that's when you work from the heart or whatever, you tend to find that or your intuition, which is just above, just below the energy source within you, which is right next to your heart, you know, all of a sudden you start to act upon those, you're then feeding that more, that part of you that is connected still to the universe and connected to everything. So there's an energy in all of us that's connected. So we're never not connected until we're doing things that are not who we are, not bring joy to our life, excuse me, and not actually making our life complete in the way of not being complete. I know that sounds strange, but, you know, the more you're at peace with yourself and the more you just enjoy the simple pleasures in life and everything like that, the more than the great things that can happen is more opportunities, more experiences. And so you're always connected. The universe is actually already supporting and loving you until you reject it. You can see beauty in all when you're awakened. When you're connected, in the sense that when you understand that you already are connected, all of a sudden the world seems different. People seem different. You're not so much in the lessons and the problems and the fears and the worries that you're trying to release from the body, because you've gone past that stage, and then you're in the automatic flow, which then means that, you know, everything flows at the right time and the right place, and if it doesn't, that even is still the automatic flow. If the lights change and they keep you, or the train goes by and it keeps you for an extra 10 minutes, and then perfect timing, you meet my friend who says, I was late, sorry, I apologise, da da da, blah blah blah. No, it was all organised for you. And then all of a sudden, you know, the one thing I used to do at work was I used to love it, because I only had like they only gave us like a month to month of our hours when I was working with adults with learning. I'd be cheesed up, because the whole reason I took the job was to give myself spare time to do more of the spiritual work, because I spent most of the time life doing the spiritual, but I needed to get back to the real world to do odd bits and pieces, because in the end I was being sent there because the manager was suicidal, you know, so I had to sort of like, I was there to try and make a difference in the place, you know. It was one of my the angels that sent me there, sort of thing, you know. I've forgotten my point now, but the whole point is that, you know, you're guided to do things and places and everything, and when you understand that, then you don't see bad and good. But what happened was, yeah, getting back to the point, was that every month I was trying to organise for the next month, and I couldn't. And then what it taught me was that I didn't have to. If I was meant to go to an event, then I was meant to go to an event. I mean, I was asked to do, I mean, this is going back many years ago, but one of my friends says, oh, come on, Steve, I've got like 15 to 20 people to do readings for. You won't come out of retirement and do some readings. And I said, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And in the end, I got a phone call to say that only 7 people turned up. She could do it on her own. So it wasn't meant. And that's why I was able to just go with the flow with it. Do you know what I mean? And then there was another time, there was an event I really wanted to go to, but, you know, nobody would swap shifts with me. So I said, okay, if I'm meant to go, I'm going to go. And then all of a sudden, one of the people said, oh, I want to do such and such a night. Will you do my such and such a night? And it worked out perfectly. And that's what I'm saying. So the universe is already working for you and working with you. And it's just a case of understanding this. And just getting into the peace and the quiet and the, you know, getting into like being the silence and the music. And then it makes the music even more beautiful. And then you can create and align with it, and then automatically flow in the essence of what you know, love in life and you're passionate about, and stuff like that, you know. And that's why when people do what they're born to do, they feel so much different. Why? Because they're aligning with it. It's only then the illusion of money and what you're meant to have and this, that, the other, which all that does is limit your opportunities. And once you understand that, then you understand that you're always connected, then it's just about being that learning machine and enjoying every moment. Appreciating that you know that the lights changed and maybe they've stopped you for a little while and you could see the bigger picture to why. You know, appreciate that the good things that you've done and the people you communicated, and you've just been there at that right time for that person who was really down or really needed to talk to you. And you may not see the bigger picture to why you were drawn to that moment, but there is a bigger picture to everything. And then we're so caught up in the illusion of of this moment and selfishness and one thing or another, that we miss the bigger picture, and we miss that we're already connected and we're already loved and everything, and yet we're spending more time searching and taking ourselves away from the moment of being, you know. So look out. I'm trying to get more of the spiritual vlogs going. I basically, whatever comes to me on the day, I do like that subject. So if it's about a certain channeling about a certain idea or something ignites me, or I could be singing a song in my head, or anything that's my sort of like my information for the day sort of thing. And that's what I'm sharing with you now, and that's why I do quotes and one thing or another, because they sort of highlight areas that I need to maybe look into or help me on my journey. Okay, so good luck, sign up and join me, and let's find out what this journey's all about.